Hi, I'm Kate Hansen, co-founder and CEO of Culinesco, and today I want to talk to you about syrup, and not just any syrup. I wanted to share with you why I came up with the Ergo Spout. You see, when my children were younger, I would make homemade maple-flavored syrup for them, and I had this beautiful vintage syrup dispenser to store it in. It was a gift from my mother-in-law and something that I treasured. One morning, I chipped the edge of the jar and was so disappointed. Because it was vintage, I had a really hard time finding a replacement. I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. And I bought a couple of jars on Amazon, but they were plastic, and I was really disappointed because I didn't have the kind of syrup dispenser I wanted to have. And what I really wanted is I wanted to have a lid for a mason jar so that if the mason jar ever broke, I could easily replace it and use it for my syrup. So I want to share with you how to make the homemade maple syrup that I made for my kids. And it's a super easy recipe. It starts with 1 cup of water. And we're actually going to bring the water to the boil before we ever add any of the other ingredients. And the reason for that is is the sugar crystals can actually crystallize if you boil it too long. So the best way to do it is to bring the water to a boil first and then turn it down to low, add the sugar, and let it easily dissolve. All right, now that it's come to a boil, we're going to reduce it to warm, and we're going to add 2 cups of sugar. In addition to the sugar, we're going to add in a teaspoon of maple flavoring, a teaspoon of vanilla, and I like to add a big pinch of salt. And then we're going to keep it on warm, and we're just going to stir it until all of that sugar dissolves. And I like to do it on warm because if you keep it at a boil, you're breaking down those sugar crystals, and your syrup's more likely to crystallize after you're done, like more quickly. So we're just going to give that a stir. It smells really good, by the way. And while that sugar is dissolving, we'll get our spout ready for the syrup. So just easily take the spout off, add in a funnel, and once this is all dissolved, we'll pour it in. Now that all the sugar has been dissolved in the syrup, we're going to pour it in the mason jar. Now, one of the nice things about the Ergo Spout is it's really hard to pour hot syrup from a jar without burning yourself. And also, that sticky syrup is going to run down the side of the jar. But just twist on your Ergo Spout. And now you can touch the hot jar and pour the syrup without making a mess. And there you have it, easy maple flavored syrup.